Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Gyan Bhakti. We are currently exploring the scripture Mysticism of Srimad Bhagavatam. Commentary is by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda ji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilanand. So we are currently studying the different wives of Krishna. That's a beautiful episode, and today we will be continuing to explore the mystical meaning. Bliss flowing through the channels of Kundalini. Kundalini is the serpent power within each of us, in residing in different chakras, the seven chakras: Mooladhar, Swadhishthan, Manipur, Anahata, Vishuddhi, and Agya. In yet another way of interpretation, the myriad brides of Krishna relate to numerous vital channels or nadis of Kundalini Yoga. When Kundalini rises through the spinal centers and eventually reaches Sahasrara Chakra. Sahasrara Chakra is the crown of the head right here. So there is a mystical experience of overwhelming bliss when that happens. Spiritual nectar begins to shower and thousands of subtle pranic channels called nadis open. In the majority of people, these channels are blocked, and so the capacity for happiness is very limited. But when one's personality becomes well integrated and Kundalini reaches the Sahasrara Chakra, all those nadis open up and joy flows unimpeded, adoring the Divine Self. Those 16,000 channels of Kundalini can be thought of as queens of Krishna. When Krishna slew Bhamasura or Narakasura, he rescued 16,000 princesses from imprisonment and then married them. These brides are like the thousands of subtle nadis which were once blocked by ignorance, but once free of obstructive forces, flow in a cascade of ecstasy to the self. In various episodes, Srimad Bhagavatam describes a bride being stolen away by Krishna. Symbolically, this implies that the moment a devotee has reached a high level of personality integration, the divinity enters into his or her heart spontaneously without any resistance and kidnaps that heart away from the clutches of the ego. The same symbolism can be applied to Krishna's childhood exploits of stealthily entering into the house of the gopis and stealing the butter that they had prepared ever so lovingly. Another interesting point brought about by this portion of the scripture is that there is no jealousy among Krishna's queens as Krishna goes on marrying one after another. Rather, they are very delighted with each other's presence. Symbolically, this implies that each time you recognize the divine quality and unfold it within your heart, the other divine qualities that you possess become strengthened. For example, if you have developed contentment, you also develop peace and sincerity and humility, and there is no discord. They are all happy to be with each other. All qualities are mutually encouraging. They are not jealous of each other, nor are they in conflict with each other. Rather, they magnify each other's virtue. So it is with Krishna's many queens who bring about an ever increasing sense of peace, harmony, and expansion in his divine kingdom. So this is the deeper meaning of the different many wives of Lord Krishna. Let's move to the next episode. Krishna slays Bhaumasura and liberates 16,000 princesses. One day Krishna learned from Indra, the celestial lord, that Bhaumasura, also known as Narakasura, the demons, a terrible demon, he had placed 16,000 princesses in prison. Further, Bhaumasura had forcibly stolen the umbrella from god Varuna, the earrings of goddess Aditi, and a mountain of jewels known as Mani Parvat. Mani means jewel. Eager to be of assistance, Krishna set out right away to fight Bhaumasura. The demon's palace was well fortified and seemingly invulnerable. However, riding on Garuda bird, accompanied by his queen Satyabhama, Krishna broke through all obstacles and penetrated the fortress. When Mura, the terrifying five-headed general of the army, heard the reverberations of Krishna's conch, he woke up abruptly from his peaceful sleep. None of the demons ever expected that anyone would dare attack them because they had dominated the world for so long. So they had become arrogant. Immediately, Mura attacked Krishna with fiery rage. Tremendous was the fight, but Krishna finally destroyed Mura. Because of this victory, Krishna is referred to as Murari, the destroyer of Mura. There is this beautiful bhajan, Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murare, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. So meaning, Murare meaning he had killed that demon Mura. Seeing Mura dead, Bhaumasura himself attacked Krishna. Again the fight was terrible, but Krishna, all the time inspired by Satyabhama, used his discus and infallible arrows to finally destroy the mighty demon once and for all. Garuda also worked hard in destruction of Bhaumasura's army. With his wings, claws and beak, he rent apart countless elephants, chariots, and the whole army of Bhaumasura. Seeing that demon destroyed, all the gods began to praise Krishna. All saints and sages were overjoyed, and there was rejoicing all over the world. It is that rejoicing which is celebrated as Deepavali, the festival of lights. Mother Earth, goddess, then presented herself before Krishna, offering adorations. So Deepavali, the festival of lights, is celebrated for many reasons, this being one that we just covered. Also, Lord Rama destroyed Ravana and he came back, and all the citizens of Ayodhya had lit lamps. That is one of the main reasons, but there were other reasons as well, and this was one of those reasons. She adored Mother Earth, adorned Krishna's neck with the garland of the most beautiful flowers. In her hand she placed the earrings of Aditi, the umbrella of Varuna, and the jewel mountain peak which had all been stolen by her demoniac son Bhaumasura. Then Krishna went to the great castle where 16,000 princesses had been held captive by this demon. When those princesses beheld Krishna, they became fascinated by their rescuer and mentally chose him to be their beloved husband. After the proper rituals, all 16,000 became Krishna's brides. Mystical meaning: symbolically, the story of Bhaumasura refers to the philosophy of materialism, in which artha, the desire for material prosperity, is given undue predominance in one's life. Bhaumasura, whose name implies that he is the son of the earth goddess. Bhumi is called earth, Bhumi. And so Bhauma Asura, Asura is demoniac. So combining the two, he becomes the son of the earth goddess, but a bad one, demon. So he is the son. He was demoniac rather than virtuous. He represents an aspect of ignorance that allows our mind to be earthly. Earthly meaning overly materialistic, running after name, fame, money, caught in the meshes of the world process only. He is also known as Narakasura, the demon who embodies in himself the evils that lead one to hell. So, Narak is hell. The four values of life. So according to yogic scriptures, there are four values in an ideal life. They are called dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. And we will cover this in tomorrow's satsang. This is Swami Nikhilanand. Om Tat Sat.